Look at that. It worked this time. Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski. Wasn't sure if it was going to I'd do it like 6, 7, 8 times every time. But we are here. We're here for a recap of last night's 2.0, which thankfully, not thankfully, it started off Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams running their suck, but they do it good. There's something about Trick Williams that hurts my head. Just look at him and it hurts my head. Nothing against him. Just the whole character. I don't know. He plays it well, so I'm not taking that away from him. It just hurts my brain. But I don't know, with them in the ring doing their celebration, in comes Johnny Gargano, thank God. There's again all kinds of rumors around him. He comes out and he gives a good promo, shows why he's there. Says that he's lost his way. He had a lot of fun, weddings and honeymoons and bachelor parties, and now that Austin's on Raw, Indy's married, and Candice is home pregnant, he wants that title shot against Carmelo. He says he never misses. Let's see if he wants to take a shot. And they do the normal running their mouth thing back, which, you kind of expect, going after Indy, saying that she's been sliding into both of their DMs. He takes it all great with a grain of salt, laughing away, doing the Gargano thing. He laughs it off, and they're like, "That's your daughter, Johnny." He's like, "Yeah, you're right. That is my daughter. And that's my son-in-law." As he waves at him, and they turn around, there's Loomis. They put out, chokehold right on him to go nighty-night and to shut them up. So I'd like to see what they're going to do with, just Gargano and Loomis together. I'm really curious as to what they're going to do with that. They're going to let, is he going to go after that and somehow lose, but they go after the tag team titles or something? I don't know how they're going to play it off, but it was good to see Johnny back regardless, as the guy is just as good as everyone makes him out to be. In my opinion, he's one of the best guys they got. So it was really good, and it gave Loomis, he's back. As we've seen Indy, haven't seen Loomis, so we'll see what they do with it. I think that regardless of Carmelo's, experience there and Trick and all that, I think Johnny's in the match, so it's going to be a good match. They do it next week. Halloween Havoc, that'd be a great one. Because again, it's Johnny. That'll be a takeover, but it's still Johnny. And remember last year, Halloween Havoc, when he stole North American title, I believe, from Priest, with the help of Theory and the tombstone smashing over his head and him falling, and all of that. But it's good to see him back. And I just hate the phrase sliding into our DMs. There's something about it that has always made my head just want to explode, my skin crawl. I don't know what it is, literally. I think I know what it is. And anyone that actually knows me knows me. I'm pretty sure you know what it is. But I was right about that. Maybe that's why I hate it. But it was good to see Johnny back. I think him and Carmelo could tear the house down. I just don't know how they're going to do it. They built up Carmelo, and then he went and took his shot. Or do they have him lose it right away? Or do they have, Johnny lose and then them go after the tag titles? There's all kinds of stuff they can do. But regardless of any of that, sorry, had to move. I was just happy to see him back and to see Loomis. And I still think Loomis is super talented. Hearing the I do, they had him talk finally for 1 second. And I was right back to his thing. So, didn't really kill it. The whole not talking thing, it, helped the moment of them getting married, him and Indy on the show, getting married and all that. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. I'm just happy they're back. A lot of new faces, so it's especially with people talented like Loomis and Gargano, because Gargano's proven time and time again how good he is. So we'll see what they go with that. Odyssey Jones defeated Andre Chase. Shocker. He just, in my opinion, it was a pretty one-sided match. He tried to get his stuff in, but the Andre Chase thing, I don't know. I liked when they had Timothy Thatcher doing the Thatch can stuff. That's because I liked him. Maybe it's the tooth. I have a half tooth too. There's something about that. I'm not sure, but I don't like the Andre Chase thing. He hurts my head. That's the point of it, is for him to hurt everyone's head. So he's doing his damn job. Not denying that. He just hurts my head. That's not nice to hurt my head because I already suffer from migraines enough. I don't need just that. That's called idiocy. It's not nice, but well, it is. I don't get behind it. It doesn't seem a lot of people get behind it. But hey, talking about idiocy, at least we didn't see, Gacy. There you go. We didn't see him come out talking about safe spaces and snowflakes. So I guess if I only have to deal with one idiot, that's okay. That's a small victory for me and for the world as a whole, in my opinion. If you like it, comment and tell me. They just hurt my brain. Imperium and the Creed brothers put on a hell of a match. I mean, it was really, really good for all of it. Made the Creed brothers look really, really good. And granted, they were in the ring with Imperium, and we know those guys can go. There's a reason they're there. There's a reason they're always up there in the top. They're in that spot putting on matches. Hopefully, they get a title run out of it to work with all the young talent that they're now working with in NXT. But they did get the victory in the end because Jiro and Kushida coming out and starting the attack of the rest of Diamond Mine, and that let Imperium steal one, which, I'm okay with that because this leaves Kushida and Jiro something to do with the Creed brothers. Sets up a story for that. And then after Imperium steals the victory, MSK attacks Imperium from behind while they're all posed, and there are boos and all of that. I couldn't tell which one they were coming from. Maybe it's MSK. Maybe everyone finally turned on MSK. I'm not sure. They came out and attacked Imperium, so why would they be chanting anything negative at Imperium as they're laying on the ground? So that could be a turn. But they're going to have a match next week, and I don't know how they're going to do it. MSK's had a good run. They have really good matches, really, good move sets, very unique. Just what they do, unique look, unique move set. And they work great together. But I don't know if their time has finally come up. Only time will tell. But the attack from behind and the way they were getting received by the crowd down there in Orlando, I don't know. I didn't expect to see the big boost because, again, it's Imperium getting attacked. But Imperium was one getting attacked, so why would they be booing them if they suck when they're laid out, getting stomped out? So I don't know. I just want to see Imperium get a title run because I think that with all these teams coming up, they could work really good and be really, really, really good for a lot of the young talent. And they could work with just about anybody, or are they going to have them face them and lose, and then they go up to the main roster, do their thing, or I don't know how they're going to do it. They're both super talented. I just didn't see all those, the whole array of just boos and splattering they were getting from the crowd. So maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I missed something, but they were getting their heads torn off, whoever it was. So see how it goes next week. I think it's going to be a great match. Just the difference in their styles, because they're not about the high flying, the flips, and MSK is all over the place doing all that. So I think it's going to be a good clash, just because the differing styles and all of that. And they're both great tag teams, work very well together. So we're going to see what they do with it. And again, there's just that reaction. I don't know. I don't know why it caught me off guard, but it did. Maybe I was missing something in all of my hatred of the arena and how it looks. And some of the dumbness, again, Gacy, Andre Chase, there's a lot of guys that just have been hurting my head. So maybe I missed some of it. Tony D'Angelo, some cheap old Godfather or Sopranos knockoff. But yeah, it'd be a great tag match. I think they're going to work really well together. I just don't know how they're going to do it. Cora Jade steals one against Elektra Lopez after Elektra Lopez was in control a lot of the way, gets the quick one, rolls out of the ring. So don't know what they're going to lead into that, really. Actually, I have no idea. But yeah, because Elektra really hasn't been around for that long either. Not as new as Cora Jade. So we'll see what they do with it, but they wouldn't have her get one on her if they weren't going to do anything again. So we'll see how they build that. Io Shirai defeats Persia Parada and JC Jane in a triple threat to decide who's going to spin the wheel to make the deal at Halloween Havoc next week. JC Jane was, injured and removed from the match earlier, put a one-on-one with Io and Persia, and they had a great match. I mean, they had a really good match. They're back and forth. People were in control. Other people were in control. Showed power moves, technical stuff. Like, I thought they put on a hell of a match for the two of them. Don't know if it was even planned, or I mean, JC was supposed to, I don't know what that was. But Io picks up the victory in it, and they spin the wheel. And it's going to be a triple threat ladder match. Sorry, Stairway to Hell, or whatever they called it, ladder match. But it's going to be a triple threat ladder match for the women's tag team titles next week at Halloween Havoc. Hopefully, they do picture in picture the whole time, because I think it's going to be a great match. Io's phenomenal. You know how I feel about Gigi Dolan and that, so that'd be good. And it gives Persia and Indy, lets Indy do something, because for so long it's just been Dexter stuff, so we haven't seen her wrestle a lot. So I think that's going to be real, until recently. Like, there was a couple of weeks where there was nothing. So I think that's going to be really, really good. I look forward to it. Again, it's Io. Like, she's hit the mark every single time. She's been in, these big matches, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. I'll give my feelings on everything next week before it happens. But it was good. Again, move on to Tony D'Angelo. He won very quickly, one-sidedly. That's about all I got for it. Sorry. Wasn't much to it. It was just a mugging. And that mugging led to a, Legado del Fantasma mugging, Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen backstage on the way to the ring, before they got out with chairs and then letting themselves in the ring. And then it was a great match once, they forced their way to the ring and said this is going to happen, shoving officials, and they put on a great match. Again, for young guys going against Legado, we know what they could do as a tag team. So it shouldn't surprise anyone. I mean, when you're good, you can have matches with just about anyone. But I think Briggs and Jensen held their own in there. And I wasn't even that mad about him jumping out and taking out Escobar before he could do something, and then jumping back in the ring and getting, kicked. It wasn't the, super kicked and the match over and Legado wins, because it wasn't the normal stupid, interference, people attacking, like all the dumb stuff that we've seen, let's say, with the women's division over on Raw and SmackDown, which is every match for the longest time ending with someone interfering for a couple of weeks on Raw and SmackDown. Like, that hurt my head. So it was a good match. They look good for their size. They could do stuff, and they held their own in there. There's only room to, is to go up. I mean, I think that's all they got is to go up. So again, I was happy to see it, and it's going to lead to probably something else between them. You never know. I just can't believe Legato's still down there on NXT, but we'll see where it all goes. And they have a lot of new young talent and new guys that weren't there, to work with, which I think, again, is good for everybody, for them to build rivalries, for everyone to have matches, against new people. And they could really, find out about everyone there real fast with the guys they have around that have been around and the newer guys. Like, I think there's a good balance. So we can really find out what everyone has. So if you're not for that, there's something wrong with you. But I really do think Legado could be the thing that they move on to the main roster. Now, obviously, at some point to do their thing, because they're doing it well. So I have a hard time fathoming that they're not going to move them up at some point and keep them together the way they are, unless they stay down there until they get rid of them. They're good at letting, people go, and us going, what? Because they've done that a lot this year. So we'll see where it goes. But again, good match, and they held their own after it all. And again, that ending, took their eye off the ball, got attacked. It's not even that irritating me. So good on them. What wasn't good on them was LA Knight defeating Grayson Waller. I mean, Knight gets to host Halloween Havoc, whatever. But I just don't see what the point of the entire match was, because it really, it obviously wasn't 10 seconds long, but it might as well have been. So what the hell is the point of them fighting over who was going to host it? I mean, it literally was gone, done with LA Knight winning, getting to be the host. It just made no sense to me. Sorry. I mean, they could have just gave it to him. What's the point of putting in like a 3-minute match for him to win so he can have the right meet? He could have just let him have it. This didn't do anything. It didn't help Grayson Waller at all. Getting just put down like that. So don't really see the point of it. And really, I mean, as you see the picture, that one right there. I mean, Halloween is Shotzi's thing. It is incomprehensible to me to not have her, like, that's like her thing. And she did such a good job last year with it. It's not like she's doing anything on SmackDown, whatever the hell. Yeah, SmackDown, like she's doing anything. So I thought it would have been good just to have her come back and do it just for something to do to hold it, tradition together. And again, I think she would do a better job than LA Knight, and the match they did to give it to him made absolutely no sense. And that just mind boggled me the whole time. Kyle O'Reilly, Von Wagner. Kyle showed up looking like he was ready to ride a bike. Von said there's nothing to do. And they went training through the wood, made pull ups. They run with logs on their shoulders, cutting down trees. Then they had a drinking beer. So, like I said, they're going to team them up. And I think it's, really good. I think it'll help with Vaughn. It gives Kyle something to do. And they keep building it. It could be a great thing until it's finally not. And then they could split them up. I mean, that's kind of Kyle's thing lately, getting betrayed. Unless he betrays him, I don't know what they're going to do. But it was a good segment and a bunch of those crazy, idiotic things. Like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. They really don't do anything for me to build anything. It's the way it is to me. But overall, I thought that was a good segment. We've been seeing them slowly build them. So we'll see, how they do it, how long it takes them to get into the title picture. But again, conflicting styles gives Kyle something to do. It gives Vaughn, something to do with Kyle, which helps build him automatically because everything Kyle's done. So see how that works out. Looking forward to see what they do. I mean, I really am. So hoping for the best and they don't do anything stupid, but we shall see. Which leads us to the whole Ciampa and, Braun Breaker defeating the grizzled young veterans. We saw them, Ciampa and Breaker backstage before the thing saying this is where, you attack me a lot of. So I'm weaker going in, yada, yada, yada. Not going to happen, whatever. And they had a hell of a match. I mean, Breaker tried to keep Ciampa out for the longest time, was taking care of the grizzled young veterans till Ciampa tags himself in. He gets whooping on. Every time he tries to get ready for a tag, grizzled young veterans either go under the ring around, like do something to make it so Ciampa can't make the tag. Whenever he gets the opportunity, then when he finally does get the opportunity, slaps the hell out of Breaker's face to make the tag. It looks like he's going to hit him. But Ciampa ducks and he clotheslines him. The slam to pick up the win as he makes, puts him up on his shoulder to do the slam. You see Ciampa jump off the apron, walk over, get his belt, and start walking away. They do the dumb, face-off thing there at the end, of course. They have to. I really don't know what they're going to do with that. But that'll be, for something for next week to talk about before Halloween Havoc. But they had a good match, and Breaker looks good. I just don't want to see. I just don't know if he's ready to get the title yet, and I don't want to see Ciampa get it just to lose it so fast. Especially someone, like, as obviously he's young, he's talented. It's not going to hurt anything to be the face of NXT, but Ciampa to get it just to finally lose it that quick after how long he had it the first time, he never really lost it. He got injured, so he had to give it up. Like, it just ending it that quick would irritate the hell out of me, just like the way they use the grizzled young veterans. They didn't even let them, talk, which is really one of the key things going to the ring. I mean, they just talk and talk and talk, and they're good at it. And they're a great team, yet they're put in positions like this just to, lose and put people over. I think they should be champions at some point. I mean, there's a reason they're in the Dusty Cup for so long. I mean, do something with them or let them go. I just don't get how they haven't been champion or anything. Like, they keep just being there to, like, put people over. As good as that is, they're one of the better teams that they have. And the way they work together is different than pretty much anyone they have. And I just don't get why they haven't gotten, haven't been champions yet. It could just be a me thing, but do something with them, damn it. For the love of God. But it was a good go home episode. I mean, again, a little bit of stupid, but there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good moments. You got to see some stuff, got to build some things, good go home episode for Halloween Havoc next week. And we got to see Gargano back, which is a great thing. So, yeah, and Loomis. So we'll see what they do with everything and how they go with everything again. I just wish it was Shotzi and not LA Knight. But you can't win them all. So that being said, I will quickly say tomorrow morning, I'm going to do part one. Tomorrow's going to be a two-parter for episode 99. I'm going to do the pre-show for Crown Jewel and all my predictions and feelings and stuff going into it. And then after it's all said and done, I'm going to do part two to go over everything and do the overview before we go into episode 100 on Friday. So check that one out, or you could, try to catch it before it happens and watch the one out or listen to them both. You can hear what I thought and then, well, what happened. So be on the lookout for that. Again, follow along Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Anchor, Breaker, Radio Public, Pocket Casts, Sketcher, Overcast, Audible, Amazon Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple and Google Podcasts. Follow along, comment, tell me what you think. No matter where it is, like, share, comment, and repeat all the videos. That one's for you, Justin. Made that little thing. So still got love for him. So appreciate the time. Thank you for listening to me run my suck. I appreciate you again. Follow along on all of them. Listen on the listening platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. Those things help me out and helps Anchor out. Even listen on Anchor. And we'll be back tomorrow morning. I'll be here to give you the pre-show thoughts. So thanks for the time. Enjoy the rest of your night. I appreciate you watching dearly. Enjoy some wrestling. Be good to each other. And until tomorrow morning, my friends, peace.